Hi, everyone. I wanted to share today with you something that Professor Marx has hit on a couple of times with being able to pitch your idea or concept to a different type of business or to maybe some investors trying to get some money. One of the things that some small businesses do is they look for grant or research money, and the university provides a website and a database search engine that they pay for that as a student you could also use. It's called InfoEdGlobal, and on this screen right here, we're going to go through that today. You can notice here's the address, and we're going to use a process inside InfoEdGlobal called Spin. On Monday, November 19th, I went ahead and created usernames for each of you, and you should have received an email to these emails down here inviting you to click on your username and set up a password so that you could use Spin. And we're going to go through real quick how to do that. And it's pretty easy. If you'll just type up in the address bar, or if you want to type in Google, just type in InfoEdGlobal, and it's going to come right up for you. Click on it, and it'll take you to the site. And up here is the Spin opportunity that will search all of the databases and all of the different sites that offer funding from grants. This is where you'll type in your username and your password that you'll use. If you're on the university campus in Spearfish, Spin will also recognize each of the IP locations if you're using the internet service that's provided there in Spearfish, and you could actually bypass signing in. I don't believe I have that set up correctly in Rapid City yet, but I'm working on it, so hopefully we'll do that as well. But signing in has some advantages, and we'll go through those earlier. That it will be very beneficial and also quicker to relook or to research opportunities if you do use the sign in and the save opportunities. So the most basic type of search that you can do to look for grants or fellowships is a text search, and the logic here is set up to and. So whatever words that you type in this box right here, it will look through all of the published federal, state, private, foundation, fellowship, grant opportunities where they're looking to provide money or support for different ideas, concepts, or research. So since we're in a information class, I'll put information technology in here. And so then the database website here will look for all of the opportunities that have been published over the last 6 months that contain both information and technology in some sort of their description. So this is the results page, and as you can see, it found 1,601 opportunities where information and technology were both listed in either the opportunity title, the sponsor name, or a brief description of the funding. I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom of this because I know there's one that came up from, I believe it's the Small Business Innovation, the Small Business Administration. This might be more along the lines of some stuff that we do. So I'm going to click on Small Business Development Centers and just kind of show you what else is here so that when you're looking, you can determine if these opportunities are correct for you. This will give you a quick description of what the funding opportunity is for. It'll tell you who's eligible, how much, how long, etc. So this one is for a development center, and the grant is going to provide up to $300,000 a year. This tells you here that you have to meet one of these two requirements, and then so on and so forth. Again, this goes a little bit further, describes the timeline of how long it will be, and then this is who is giving the money, and frequently there's also some contact information that is listed through here. So 1,600 or 1,601 opportunities might be a little bit to go through, so there's some things that you can do to narrow down the funding search, and that's where being signed in will help out a lot because it'll save these preferences for you. So I'm going to click on preferences and then click on applicant location, and this will take us through all of those setups. So when I do these things, of course, I'm in South Dakota, so I only look for the ones that people from South Dakota can apply for. I'm really not interested in applying for a grant where you have to be in Germany or even New York or Nebraska or anything like that. So these are all the different opportunities or all the different locations, and then you can make this much more detailed just by clicking down and following through it and then pulling it over. So if I were to move this out, I could still go back and go to North America's clicked, and I'm going to scroll down here to the United States, pick up South Dakota, and move over just South Dakota. Clicking this top button moves all of the restrictions for South Dakota. Clicking this continuous moves all of the options. So you'd have every state, every territory, every country. So I'm just going to move South Dakota back in there. And then the applicant type might be the most important for what we're talking about today. A lot of grants will have to be given to organizations, either schools or certain types of businesses or nonprofits, 501c3s. But there is also a lot of grants, a lot of fellowships, a lot of what they call prize awards, entrepreneurial type of things that they give out to individuals. So if you'll click on an individual applicant here, it'll give you a couple of different drop downs to choose from. One of the ones I think is kind of cool for us is under academia. There is an option for student, and then there's actually another option down here for master student. So if I were to click this and move it over, one of the requirements would now be that the grants would be kind of driven towards those who are master students. So I'll leave that there. And then project type, if you'll just go ahead and leave all of these and don't necessarily want to just look for a specific prize or award or individual funding. If you leave this blank, it'll pick up everything. Project location, again, I'll have this set for South Dakota because that's where all of the things that I'm going to do are involved. But if you want to go to doctorate school somewhere else, or if you're going to start a business in a different state or even a different country, again, you could pick and try and streamline where those opportunities are going to come back from. Citizenship, pretty self-explanatory. And then sponsor type is everything is picked for what I do. But if you wanted to only have certain type of sponsor types, or if you wanted to stay away from like federal funding where there's lots of regulations and lots of restrictions and lots of reporting, you could not include federal, or you could look in just federal. But the one that's going to give you the widest range of response is where you pick all of the sponsor types. So by doing that and then clicking save, that will save all of your filters. So when you do another search later, you won't get things that are non-related or not close to what you're after, which is a big help. The one that I did most recently was I helped a company in Spearfish that is looking at using frozen hops rather than fresh hops to brew beer, and we did a grant through the Small Business Innovation Research. So again, there are lots of opportunities on here for individuals as well as businesses, and you're welcome to use it for yourself. You're welcome to use it for the business that you work with. You're welcome to use it with a nonprofit or if you volunteer or something like that, and it'll show you all the information. And if you want some help with how to apply for a grant, or even if you want some help with looking deeper for a grant within this, please contact me, give me a call, or use my email that I listed on that other page, and I'll be happy to sit down with you or schedule a time where I can help you find more grant opportunities. Thanks for your time, and I hope you guys have a great day.